there's
stronghold,
any.
I think.
I don't think
You
there's
packed up
anything
camp
else
and
to do.
everything.
All right. Well, if you guys backed up everything, then on that note, you guys start heading out of the Dwarven Stronghold. It takes you a good like 30 minutes to 2 hours to get this what do you call it, Hell Rider out of the stronghold. The walls are wide enough. The walls and doors were wide enough for it to start fitting through because this was built for mining equipment. The problem that you can't ran into was all the destroyed pillars and stuff from the Eaters of Hope and the other demons and such that were in this mine prior to you all coming through here and all the ghouls. So this hell crawler is having to like climb over these things, go around them. You guys are having to clear out spaces every now and then. Nothing too crazy, nothing too bad. But eventually, after that 30 minutes to about 2 hours, you guys get it out of the Dwarven Stronghold and you're back on the road again. You are about equal ways between Silverpoint and East Haven, or not East Haven, Silverpoint and Etopresnia. Etopresnia is the one where you guys have the tavern that you guys have made a HQ for you. Silverpoint is where you had left Beetle, where the traveling merchant who had given you the, I guess, idea to come out here and said that he would pay a hefty fee to get that belt around Nyx's waist. So on that note, where would you all like to go? Because you could probably find magic items and loot in both cities that you could spend your gold on. It would just be a matter of different ones for different cities.
Beetle doesn't like me.
Beetle likes Riker, though.
That is true.
Beetle really likes Riker.
I don't want to give the belt back because I like that extra strength and the poison stuff.
And also, your 3 kobolds in a trench coat, 4 kobolds in a trench coat friends are up in Silverpoint now with their own shop set up with the Shiny Rock shop.
Visit them.
You could just send Riker with the belt and get you something that you might like if you trust Riker enough to do that.
Yeah, Riker, what was the price that your little friend gave it for the belt?
The price that you were quoted for the belt, if I'm remembering right, was about 500 G. I think it was 500 GP and a heavy discount on some magic items.
That one.
Okay.
It has been a hot minute, but I believe that was what I had written down for that. I would have my notes on me, but I don't have my iPad with me, so.
Okay. Well, I have yet to grow a beard, but if you could get me something with your discount, I can also give you a little bit of gold if that helps. That also helps because this thing, I feel like I can take poisons better than usual with this on, and I feel a little bit stronger. So if you could find me something that could like help me protect, because I'm kind of squishy. Maybe a better armor, a magical armor.
Is that the in-world term for when you're easily hit? I'm a little squishy.
I'm a little squishy.
Exactly.
And or something to help defend myself against certain things like the poisoned or things like that. I'll trust you. I know Pito doesn't like me, so I'll go say hi to our little friends, our little kobold friends. Will you go sell things? I suppose.
Sounds good. You gonna take Floof?
Yes, I'll take Floof, and I just pick Floof up.
Floof just goes, right time! And as you pick Floof up, the hoverboard goes right along with him, sticking straight to his little clawed feet. As you like pick him up sideways, it's just stuck to him.
So Nyx takes the belt and gives to Riker.
Riker takes the belt, puts it in his bag.
All right, Lou, remove the belt of dwarven kind from your character sheet for now.
We can always remember that Lou first started by stealing the belt from Riker while he was sleeping.
Okay, listen.
Listen, it might be accurate.
You might have stolen it, but it's yours now, so therefore you have attachment to it.
We needed it, okay? You were asleep, but we could have used it.
Did it come in handy?
Yes, it did. I managed to read
Very
the book
much so.
Read the book, yeah.
and, not die with poison stuff from the imps. which helped a lot
You
because
didn't die. You
I'm
just took
squishy.
half. You took half damage. You didn't even get
Yeah.
below 20
Half of-
HP.
Wait, did the dwarf? Did the belt also give me like oh, because it ups my constitution, so I had more HP. Now I'm
Yep.
back to 33.
Yep. The belt helped your helped your
You're the
HP.
squishy one again.
Yep.
I was like, why am I more squishy now? That's awful.
All right, so you are all riding along in the hell machine as you are going down the road, and this is different. Like you're used to riding down these trails in like horse-drawn carriages or walking them yourselves, but this is a full-on machine going through these woods. You hear no animals at all. You don't see anything. Like if there's anybody on the road, they're getting out of the way at this point.
You're drawing a lot of attention to yourselves.
The peasants be like, "Whoa, what is that?
What is that thing?
What is that?"
Riker, can you do me a perception check? Because I figure you're driving.
Yes, I'm driving. Let me see. Perception. I'm good at that.
Yes.
First roll of the
This
night.
is not the smartest.
14.
Oh.
A 14. All right, with a 14. Okay. Almost obscure. What do you call a? You notice out of the corner of your eyes, you're driving by almost as you're driving by it, you see a small shack, almost hidden to most people's eyes. But given the fact that you've had everything kind of running away from you because of the Hell Rider, you see that there's kind of like a couple trees fallen over, leaning against this old shack off to the side. From what you can tell, it is almost seems like an old hunting shack. From what you can see,
It's just like on the road, or is
off the side of the road. So it looks like
the
it
tree
was
fell into it.
Yes, it looks like two tree had fallen into it, not necessarily like crushing it, but like leaned up against it, and that's like the main reason you're able to notice it. Because on your first route up through these roads, you didn't see this thing at all. Also, these trees weren't falling over at that point.
Oh, this is new.
This is Newfoundland.
Newfoundland.
Newfoundland?
So, as someone who passed through portals, would I know about the timey-wimey wobbly thing?
I mean, yeah, you know that there's like, there's like
I don't
some
know
weird
the
time
timey about
dilation
that.
between going through portals in different planes.
Mm.
You're only really familiar with like the Feywild and how that works, not so much the lower planes such as Avernus, though. So you're not sure where the time goes.
So, I don't recall that from when we were coming to the Dwarven area. And I should say that portal traveling can do a fucky wucky with the time.
It's the scientific term. It did a fucky
Yes,
wucky.
It does a quite big fucky wucky with the timey-wimey.
So, I don't remember this, and I'm not sure how long was time skipped because of the traveling in the portal.
Do you want me to go check it out?
I can go with you.
What do you call it? Floof pipes up. New home!
We can go together because I really don't remember seeing this here, and I don't really have, because we haven't gone to the cities yet. I can't really say whether or not time has passed. So I think it would be a good idea to check it out. I don't know, maybe the newspaper there that says the date.
Riker pulls the Hell Rider over, turns on the hazard lights, puts it in park, puts the parking brake on, unlocks the doors, like a responsible dad taking his children to the candy shop.
Road trip.
All right, are you gonna leave Floof in the car, or are you gonna put him like still carry him?
I will leave Floof in the car to watch the car, be like the alarm system, you know?
Yes.
Alarm.
As you set Floof down and you and Riker clicks one of the door locks, you just hear Floof go. Huh?
Nice little thumbs up.
All right, yeah. So you're parked in front of this old, looks to be a hunting shack now. As you get a little bit closer to it, you can see it's probably about less of a hunting shack, more of like a small cabin of sorts. You're not really sure what its main use was, but from what you can tell, the front seems to be about 10 foot across, and you can see it's about 15 foot, leads about 15 foot back. So it's a good sized cabin, just off the side of the road here.
Real quick.
You can see that it was heavily obscured. You can see that it was more than likely heavily obscured by all the trees and the overgrowth that was along the sides of the road, which is one of the main reasons you weren't able to see it until these trees had fallen, both on top of it and to the sides, kind of crushing most of it down.
Can Riker go over to the trees and try to push them off?
Yeah, you could go ahead and try to do that. What was Nyx doing?
Nyx is gonna take a look around to see if there's anyone or remains of anyone.
Okay. Go ahead and do me an investigation check on that. And Riker, go ahead and do me an athletics for a strength check.
Oh, no.
Only 14.
A 14?
Okay. 19.
19 and a 14. All right. So Riker, with your 14, first off, you first off go for one of the largest trees that are laying across, and it's the one that's on top. It's the one that's definitely led the domino effect of knocking over these trees. And as you go to push it, you strain a little bit, and you're not able to actually get that one. But you do, as you're pushing it, shake loose one of the other smaller ones underneath it, and then you kind of shift your grip, and you're able to slide it using leverage from that smaller tree. To kind of topple it over so that the trees are now on the ground versus stacked on top of each other in a pseudo gate.
I mean, that's probably better.
Yeah, it's a smart Riker move, using your muscles smarter, not harder.
Big smart in my brain hole.
Exactly.
So many smarts. Big boy, do big muscle things with hands.
You use that wisdom score you actually have, not the int. So.
I don't know what intelligence means.
But I do know how to use leverage. It's a practical application.
Practical application.
All right, and Nyx, you said that you had a 19 with your investigation, and you were specifically looking for remains of sorts.
Just looking around to see if I find anything, and if there is any remains or people around, or
Understood.
footprints of people,
Understood. As you're looking around, you don't find any footprints specifically. You do find, as you start getting closer to the shack itself and you start looking around, you start noticing there are more tools left behind. There's a blunted knife, there's a dull knife, of various different types around the porch. Sorry, blanked right there. With those knives around the porch, you also see that there's this large hook kind of hanging on the side of the building, so you can kind of gather that this was a hunter's cleaning station. You don't find any humanoid bones, but you do find a few small animal bones around the floor there. Not like they were recently done, but ones that have been left there for a while that have aged, and they've kind of bleached the bones themselves via sunlight.
I knock on the door.
As you knock on the door, it kind of the door moves as you knock on it, so the knocks are a little lighter than they were, and then kind of on the last knock, it kind of swings open.
Ooh.
Not in a you knock and
Yeah.
but just you knock and it very gently flops.
Yes, I open it. What does it look like inside?
All right. As you open this door and you look around on the interior here, you can see that this was definitely a hunter's cabin. There's various tanning racks along the far left side, still with some leathers on them. They are obviously the lower quality ones. Anything of high quality or high value was not on that rack anymore. You see a couple different implements such as cast iron stoves, multiple in a row actually, 5 or 6 in a row. So this is definitely a cooking operation as well as hunting operation. Do what? Oh, you got sneeze.
Bless you.
Thank you.
And against the far back wall, you see there's a large 5-foot tall opening for a large cast iron oven. Like this is a extremely large oven, large enough that would be able to cook or to bake entire pigs at some point. Bless you again.
Bless you.
Thank you.
But that's what you see off your cursory glance. Cursory,
I tell
cursory.
I tell Riker, I'm like, there's no one here, and they seem to like cooking. Um,
Riker likes cooking.
I wanna check like the inside of the stoves and the ovens to see if like there's charcoal inside and whatever, and if there is like if it's still like warm or if it's just. I would try to get like how long has this place been abandoned for?
Okay, yeah. So you go ahead and you open up you go inside the cabin. Riker, do you follow behind her or?
Sure, why not?
All right, so you both walk into this cabin and the door slams. No, you both walk into this cabin, and Nix, you walk to the back of this cabin. You go to the large ovens on the back side. You open it up and you start looking inside. There's not any heat radiating off of it. There's no like warm coals as you're like poking around with a stick or your rapier.
So it's not
You
super
don't-
recent.
Yeah, you don't find any hot coals. You don't find any warm coals or anything of the sorts. There's nothing even left in there other than just various piles of ash that have been left around. If you want, you could roll another investigation or perception check of whatever you're specifically looking for, if you're looking for anything in particular.
Um, so they've been out for a while.
Yes, they have been out for a while. There hasn't been anything cooking in these ovens for
Can,
the past day or so, of what you can tell.
can can I try to figure out what was the reason they left? If they like left in a rush because of like the tools left behind, or feel like they just kind of left to sell their good quality leather or something like
Mhm.
that.
Sure. Go ahead and do me one last investigation check.
I can assist.
Or actually, it'd be you'd be able to be perception for that. So
And you're assisting it?
do what?
Sure.
Oh yeah, assistance.
Let's go. Come on. No, they're awful.
Was that your
Okay.
perception or investigation?
Perception 18.
Okay, perception 18. So with an 18, you start looking around. You start
I have a
kind of
plus
just
10 for
like.
perception.
Oh wait, you have a plus 10 for perception?
Yeah, that's why
Damn.
I was like, I rolled an 8, and I was like, come on, I can do better than that.
But still not horrible. With an
Yeah,
18,
no, I
you
got
do
an
find.
18.
So with your 18, you start looking around this room once more, and you're like questioning to yourself, like, why'd they leave here? This seems like a pretty nice setup, especially with, like all these cast iron stoves and everything. But as you're starting to look around, you hear a crack underneath your feet. As you look down, you see that there's this large gash in the floor. Not necessarily like something is like ripped up out of it, but it's like I'd say probably about, yeah, like I'd say a good like hand-sized claw mark going across the bottom. It was
Okay.
mostly obscured by the leathers that were like on the ground, but as you stepped on, you heard the crack. You move that to the side, and you find these claw marks on the ground, and it looks like a combination of things running across the floor as much as it is like something slashing the floor.
Riker, have you ever seen that play Tarzan? You know, the beginning of it? This is reminding me a lot of that.
He looks at it and is just like, well, in our adaptation, there were like 20-foot tall wildebeests because Lionels are pretty big. Leonins
Tarzan?
are pretty. Yeah, Tarzan. We put in the adaptation that Tarzan was
Oh.
actually a Leonin, so they had to make bigger beasts because most races have smaller small human-sized creatures that are,
That's good.
the gorilla was the wildebeests. They're like
Oh.
giant, you know.
So-
beside the point.
In our adaptation, in the beginning, there was like this little panther that came and destroyed everything. And
The
this is
Balrog?
Yes. This is reminding me of this. So,
What a Balrog?
do you recognize these gashes in the floor?
Right.
Riker, go ahead and do me a survival check to figure that out, or a nature check, whichever you'd be best in.
I don't like the nature. I'll do a 17 for survival.
Heck
A
yeah.
17 for survival. Yeah, with that one, you get the as you're looking at these gashes in the ground, you start kind of cross-referencing like the knowledge that you have and you've acclimated over the past couple years, acquired over the past few years, and you get the feeling that this is more of like a cat-like creature than it is a dog one. It doesn't seem to be like the werewolves you fought previously. It seems much more in line with like panthers, pumas, leonin type claws, just like dragging across wood.
At least it isn't a canine,
Not a dog then.
not a dog.
But it also has an upside, it doesn't line up with any demons or devils that you fought prior. So it definitely seems more
It's not a Balrog.
natural versus supernatural.
See. Dang it. I don't really have anything. Wow, my spells suck. I'm joking.
And I don't think you guys haven't taken a long rest yet either, so.
Oh no, I still got a lot of spell slots because I
Okay.
was saving them because I thought we were
Yep.
gonna have like a big fight.
Yeah.
Wait, wouldn't um wouldn't Nyx have been able to take a long rest with how long the car ride was? Or because they were halfway through their 8 hours and then they took
Oh,
like,
yeah.
was that over an hour?
You
Would
know-
they have been allowed to have a full long rest in that time?
Well, either way, I just like spent one.
It hasn't been
spell slot, so, like,
it hasn't been longer than an hour, so they haven't since it hasn't been longer than an hour, you could still take your long rest, but you guys never like sat down and completed the last 4 hours of that rest. You guys
It's
jumped
alright.
from that portal back into the to the overworld.
Yeah, I didn't get the chance to get a long rest. We took short rests instead. So like
Okay.
it's all good. Just have one spell slot spent. That's nothing. Um. So okay, I'm gonna take a quick look outside. Um. See if there's like any footprints and try to like hear or like smell any like sort of um I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and step
Clues.
outside, and you can go ahead and make a perception check one more time.
Yes, let's go. Come on, come on. Yes, let's go. 29.
A 29. Ooh,
I
Nyx.
just sniff, sniff, sniff.
So as you step outside, you start looking around. You start sniffing the air. Start looking around. You start smelling like this musty, like this old matted fur smell. As you step outside, you start sniffing around, and with a 5 stealth, you hear a snap from above you. As you look up and you see that there's a large spotted leopard standing above you.
I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna close the door. Just keep looking. No, just close the door.
So as you close the door, you don't hear it jump down, but you instead hear from the roof. You hear like the sounds of footsteps crackling along the
So this
leaves
is
on the roof.
Tarzan.
If I could close the front door, please, very quickly.
Riker closes the front door.
There's a cat. There's a big cat. Smaller than you.
he like he like hits his head and is like, well, that's just rude.
I don't know what it is. I haven't seen one of those yet. It has spots.
Is it an ocelot, a jaguar? What kind of leopard?
Wait,
What are
I
you
love the idea that Riker, like being the Leonin's like, no. Listen, I had to learn all the different types of tabaxi because people kept mistaking me. Like, no, I'm not a spotted tabaxi. No, I'm a Leonin. A Leonin.
True.
So yeah, as of right now, you just hear the footsteps going circling around the roof from what you can hear.
I don't want to kill it because it looks like to be a normal animal. So if we can
Right.
just go like, shoot.
Riker kind of looks over and is just like, I could pin it.
No, don't hurt it. It's just a normal animal. You know?
And he's just like, I can, like how they pin cattle with a rope. I could do that.
We usually treat our cattle very well, being, you know.
Well, some humans do it for sport for some reason.
I see.
It's part of
Because
my,
humans are tiny and weak, so it's an achievement for them.
Yeah,
humans are very small and very weak. So,
yeah, they
like,
are.
they take pride in being able to string up a calf with a rope.
With one hand tied behind their back.
You only need 2 fingers, really, to do it.
Well, okay, if you can do it without hurting it, sure.
Do you have anything that might slow it down and or anything like that, or am I just?
Yes, I
'Cause I
do
can do it.
actually. I do have an idea. So, whenever it jumps to like attack either me or you, I can quest. I can not quest. I can
Quest.
cast. I can cast something that I use with floof. I can cast Featherfall, and it's gonna like go like woo, and then you can like grab it in the air and go.
That should be pretty easy.
So do you wanna be the bait?
I look. I look at. I look at. Nyx. Right, looks like Nyx. Dude, Jaguars usually go for the smaller, more pitiful bait, right? Ryder
Yeah.
like looks at
Okay.
Nyx and just goes, "They usually go for the weaker, smaller one."
You wanna go floof?
Roast in the car. You're kind of the.
I can. You can like be like. "No,
Unless you want to
Floof."
risk riot, but like I don't. I know you
No.
don't want to do that. So.
Ryan stays in my bed. Okay.
I mean, you could totally like call it for Floof, and Floof would totally come outside for you. You could do that.
I don't want to hurt Floof. Okay, I think I would do it. How fast
Okay.
is those things? I like.
They're pretty fast.
Mhm.
Like faster than me fast.
Oh.
You'll be fine.
Okay. Uh,
Jaguars
you-
aren't that bad.
can you make noise in the back so I can like sneak through the front so I have a better chance of surviving it?
Sure. And he like walks
Okay.
over to the back and just smacks the cauldron, making a large bang.
And I'm gonna
With
try
his
to
axe.
sneak in the front so I can call the attention later and I can already be prepared, you know, and
Yeah.
not be
Okay.
surprised.
Next, go ahead and throw me a stealth check real quick. I love how y'all have gone up
Okay.
against actual demons and you're plotting like you guys just kind of like
17.
threw shit against the wall to take down demons. But here you are like actually strategizing for a cat.
Nyx doesn't want to kill the cat or hurt the cat, so we have to be a little bit more strategic
Yeah,
about how
because
we're gonna
everything else
capture.
is fine. Everything else we can just be like, in any case, we could just kill it. But this is like, it's just a normal animal. We don't want to kill it.
And like,
Oh, I
and
love
like
it.
humans in a bar brawl, you can just punch them hard enough they go unconscious.
Yeah, like
So
the
like,
cat is
Oh,
not doing anything
yeah.
wrong.
I
It
love
doesn't
this so
deserve to
much though.
die.
So you
Alright.
all, so Nyx, with Riker making the noise around the back, you sneak your way out the front door, right?
Yes.
So as you're sneaking out the front door, you can see with your like your insane passive perception that the leopard is no longer above you, but you can't see directly where it is at this point. But you are able to walk out probably about 15-20 foot to the car, and as you get there, it's still like on the roof at that point. Like you can
Okay.
see it's like pacing around the back side of the house.
And I just go, here, kitty. And I get ready for it to cast Featherfall.
It snaps its head towards you, starts like slowly prowling at you.
Oh no, wait, why is it coming slowly? I was supposed to just jump and attack me.
don't worry, that's what leopards do.
This is not working.
What do you do now, Riker?
Riker just slowly walks towards the door.
All right, yeah.
He's
So
got
you
rope at the ready.
All right. So, by this point, by the time you get to the door, Riker, you can hear that there's like the footsteps right above the door at the same time, and Nyx is like, staring right above it.
It jumps. I'm casting Featherfall on this bitch.
All right. So, Riker, I have to ask: are you going to go out first, or Nyx? Are you going to try to goad it out?
I'm gonna, because it's still on the roof, so it has to come down at some point
Yeah.
to
Riker's
attack
trying.
me.
Riker's trying to mimic the footsteps because you said you could hear its footsteps on the roof.
Yes.
He's trying to mimic its footsteps to like be directly under it.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna like wait a little bit and just be like, look, I'm a tasty little goat. Come.
So as you do that, Nyx, it takes the bait. Yeah, it takes the bait and it leaps out about 10 foot out at you. And as you cast Featherfall, it just like it stops in its tracks and starts like slowly falling.
Riker takes this opportunity to just run out with the rope and just grab all four of its legs and tie it real fast.
So go ahead and do me a sleight of hand check on that.
Oh no. Oh yes, not 20.
Yes. So as you do that, you grab its like with two paws, you grab its legs in each of them and put them together. Start wrapping the rope around it, tying it into a knot, letting it drop at that point. And now it's just like flailing, trying to like bite at you as it's like flailing around. But as it's on the ground, it calms down a little bit, looks up.
I look. Riker looks at Nyx. I told you it'd be all right.
Alrighty. And I go behind its like head, and I go like I say like some like stuff instead. I'm like, shh, it's okay, don't worry, we're not gonna hurt you. And I try to pet it.
Roll an animal handling check.
I'm somewhat good at that.
I got a +6 in it.
Oh hell yeah, 24.
Nice.
Oh, you barely made that one. Yeah. So like as you're like speaking in Sylvan, as you start speaking in Sylvan to this thing, it kind of like tilts its head a little bit down,
Yeah,
understanding kind of like where you're coming from. And like as you start petting it, you hear like a very low and guttural purr happening.
Can I cast prestidigitation? You said I could smell the matte and musty. Can I clean it?
Yes. Yeah, go ahead. You can totally do that. And it's immaculate now. Like its fur is now crystal clean. It is
Immaculate.
immaculate,
soft.
yes. It's now soft, no longer matted, no longer smells. In fact, it just smells like nothing, really.
So cute.
And it has calmed down enough that it's not trying to bite at you as you're petting it. It's still kind of struggling with its feet at this point.
Riker looks down at it, looks over at Nyx, and is like, "Oh no, we're not keeping another one. We already have Ryan and Floof. They're enough to deal with."
And I put my little head, and I'm like, it's so cute.
It's so cute and it can kill you in your sleep,
It likes us.
just like Floof.
Being a normal animal from the Material Pain, I don't know how much I know about the animals, but like, does it look young or old?
Go ahead and
cub?
roll me a nature check real quick.
Oh god, I'm not great at that. Yeah, no, that's also 6.
A 6. All right, yeah.
It's a
This looks
Material
like
Plane animal.
a big cat. Like it doesn't look like a cub. It looks like a big one.
Riker didn't do much better.
Yeah, like the thing is, you can obviously tell it's not like a cub, but you can tell that you can't tell whether it's like an adolescent, what do you call it, an adolescent or an older one or an elder. You just know that it's a big one.
I don't understand Material Plane animals, but it's so cute.
Riker looks at Nyx and just be like, "Okay, so the thing about wild cats is they don't usually, like, I'm tame. Like, I won't decide to come at you and rip your throat out in the middle of the night. But this one might just decide because they're hungry to do that.
So we keep them well fed.
Cats just kind of do what they want. You know, it's all for sport for them. I wouldn't know from experience. I'm a nice guy, but like most cats, they do it for sport."
Riker has like Vietnam era flashback of his brother just like running and chasing down like large gazelles, like larger than them, just like tearing into them as Riker's sitting there just like, I was doing a crossword puzzle. I don't know what the hell they're doing.
So
Oh, great heavens!
There it is.
I pet it, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna let you go now because you can't be a pet. But it was very nice knowing you, and I'm sorry for tying you, and thank you for being nice. And please don't hurt us when we free you, okay? And I'll wait for like some sort of response.
You, instead of hearing like as you like set its head down and you say all that, it kind of like purrs instead of like the that it was. It just kind of lets out
We got a friend, Riker. Okay, you can free it. It's not gonna hit us.
Riker just kind of undoes the knot.
I talked to them.
Riker, as you undo the knot, it very quickly like pulls its feet out from under it and like sets up facing you all, lays down like it like not lays down like on its belly, but like haunches down like it looks like it's gonna pounce and it starts backing away.
Bye.
Uh,
Okie dokie.
With that, Nyx, you find where it left off, like in the prestidigitation after it cleaned everything off. You see after it cleaned everything off, it kind of left like a pile of just magical gunk off to the side. Yeah, but you notice that there's like a stark white feather embedded into all that gunk for some reason.
I like grab it and I can like shake it up a little to get out the gunk.
Yeah, as you shake it off, there's nothing on it. Like as you pull it out, it literally the feather's like in that gunk, but it's still just stark white.
Good magic?
Can I cast detect magic?
Yeah, you totally can.
Okay.
All right, so as you cast detect magic on this feather, like as you cast detect magic and your little radar goes out as a kind of like your vision changes and you start seeing like a magical aura over things. You see the aura of Riker and his magical items, you and your magic everything. But then this feather has like this weird like pinkish aura over it, which you know kind of signifies a transmutation sort of a component to it.
Transmutation, and what is that again?
Transmutation,
Turning
that's
things
like
into other things.
yes.
Transmutation is what they use to turn inanimate objects into living creatures or living creatures into inanimate objects.
So when I touch it, it feels like feathered, like right? It's
Yes.
not yeah, that makes sense.
And you get the feeling it's more of like not necessarily the item has been like transmuted into something, but more the item has like some sort of magical property attached to it that you're not sure what it is yet, but it's in transmutation in nature.
It's a feather, and it has magical things in it. What to do with it? And I kind of like put it in my face, like trying to think about it. I put it in my hair. Does it do anything? Okay.
As you put it into your hair, yeah, there is a bit of a magical effect as you do that. As you put it into your hair, you kind of feel like your head starts itching a little bit as like the feather kind of like wraps its way like around one of your horns, and you now have a decorative feather sticking out of you, like sticking specifically like around your horn, like it was added as a not necessarily like a decoration, but almost like it was like a single plume, like Floof's little tooth, but it looks like it's like growing out of your horn now. But you now have best way to describe this is kind of you have directional sense. Like you kind of like get the idea of like you know where the wind's going. You kind of like know like a bird's natural sense of like, that's the direction I should go. That is the natural wind direction.
You just got a compass embedded into your skull.
Basically.
With the wind.
And it will say, I will be completely honest here. It is something you can remove. It is just one of those things like after you stuck it stuck it in your hair, it just attached itself to your horn because it was the best way to hold on.
Riker.
Very like Yankee Doodle Dandy stuck a feather in your hat.
Riker, I can hear the wind. I can taste colors.
Riker is just going back to the cabin to search more and just goes, "Oh, that's nice."
As soon as you heard I can hear the wind, I immediately thought of that Rick and Morty moment of like where the wind just whispers at Jerry, "Loser."
And just the regular just like, "Oh, that's nice." And just leaves.
But yeah, so Nyx, now as long as you are outside, you have a pretty good understanding of direction, so you have advantage on navigation checks.
Lovely. I'm gonna add that to my inventory. directional feather.
Yep.
That's gonna be the name
As
of it.
long as you're outside, you have advantage on navigation.
Lovely.
So on that note, Riker, you said you were going inside the cabin again.
Yeah, just to look through it a little bit more thoroughly, I guess.
All right, yeah. Go ahead and roll me. If you're gonna want to do one last thing, go ahead and roll me a investigation check. See if you can't find anything.
+0, 11.
An 11. So with an 11, you don't find anything entirely different from what you have already found. You do find a little bit more things, like you find the, I don't think of how to describe it. You find like the cast iron cook sets and like some of the items that they're using to like prepare the leathers for sale and stuff like that. But past that, you don't really find a whole lot else. So you kind of find like a leather tanning kit. I don't think that's an actual like kit you can find, but you find like all the pieces you would need to like tan leathers.
Kit.
Yeah. So we can go ahead and make that a thing. It's a leather working kit. That's what it is.
Ooh. I get to make some Uggs.
Yes. And it's not in particular that like you found leather working like a whole kit of the stuff, but you find like the individual pieces that you kind of piece together that this could be what you need for that.
There we go. I have it now.
Wunderbar.
Wunderbar.
Wunderbar. But yeah, that's basically all you're able to find in this exact moment.
All he needs is like one other kind of tool, and then he'll have wood carvers, leather workers, and smithing tools.
Yep.
Create his own
So we start heading.
store.
And hey, you could totally purchase smithing tools, or you could go back home because you know that your family has the smithery there. So
Meet Riker's family.
No.
but yeah, past that note, do you all have anything else that you want to do out here, or do you want to start heading back on the road for Silverpoint?
Silverpoint.
All right.
Let's just go to Silverpoint.
All right, sounds like a plan.
Silverpoint.
So on that note, as you are heading back up to Silverpoint, nothing really happens. You don't really notice anything else because I only rolled one encounter for this travel session. So as you are driving up the way, you make your way back to the gates of Silverpoint, and not a whole lot has really changed, Riker. As you're driving, you notice that the same guards are still there, like the same ones that you had originally spoke to. And they, as you roll up, they're like, name. Oh, that's new. That's the same Leonin from before, but nicer ride. What is this?
Just puts on some sunglasses. What's up? What's up?
Working. Business or personal reasons in town?
I mean, we like, I guess, visiting.
Yes.
Okay. So personal reasons sounds good. How are you doing, Miss? Floof just looks at them.
Are these the ones I taught the card tricks?
No. These are not the ones you taught the card
Those are
tricks.
the
Those
ones
are
on the wall.
yeah.
Yes.
Those are the ones that are in like your home headquarters town.
Okay.
Yeah, Floof, like knowing everything that like went on with the mob boss before, Floof looks at these two guards, which you had to deal with, Riker. Doesn't say anything, just makes those couple motions. They're like, y'all are good to go on through if you want.
Thank you. Roll.
Oh. And you hear like with your perception as you're driving away, they're like, oh, I don't know how to deal with those things. What is that? That thing sounds like a demon, but looks like a machine. What the fuck is it?
What the fuck?
Mobile.
The fuck? Guys, there's cars in this world, but they're not everywhere. They're like in Athens. Like
There's
that's
a
about
dragon
it.
underneath it. The
So you're able to ride up into Silverpoint, and you're able to just go across the city as you see fit. Is there anywhere in particular that you all are looking for? Because there was the main points of interest that you had before were town hall, the shopping district, four kobolds industries. I think that's what we
Yes.
was it. Four kobolds industries or four
It was
kobolds in a
three.
trench coat?
It was 3.5
Three and a
kobolds.
half. Kobolds.
3.5 kobolds. That's what it was. So 3.5
Um,
kobolds, and then there was the tavern inn combination.
So they look the same, right? They don't look like older, significantly older or something.
Everybody, from what you can see here, nothing really looks different. Like, it looks different in terms of, like, it's not the same people, like, running around that you know, it's a city. You're not going to see the same people every day.
Mhm.
But overall, infrastructure-wise, nothing really changes too much from what you can see.
Okay, it looks like we still need the time we didn't go fucky-wucky as much. So, I wanna go visit our friends. I already gave you the belt. So we can go to the shopping district, I think. Yes?
Riker nods and drives you over to 3.5 kobolds in the market district.
All right, so as you start
Yes.
driving up to 3.5 kobolds, you're having a hard time finding it. Because the cardboard boxes aren't there anymore. It's been replaced by like this like almost Full House-esque like duplex like building going up, and you're not sure what the hell's going on until you look up and you see in like a diamond encrusted sign 3.5 kobolds. And you see
Wow.
it's a kobold, it's 3 kobolds standing next to each other, or standing in a trench coat with a monocle on.
Ah, they've hit it big, fellas.
I'm so proud of them. They're capitalists.
Capitalism, yay!
So this group is pro-capitalism and has instituted capitalism for kobolds. My other group is pro-communism and has destroyed capitalism for kobolds and given them their own communist societies by seizing the means of production. I love it. I love the duality of my groups here.
We believe in capitalism. It favors us.
Yeah.
As soon as the kobolds turn evil, you're gonna be like, ah, fuck you now.
Communism is better.
But you taught us this. You told us how.
Well, now it's our job to destroy you and everything that you've built.
So, I try to go in. I don't know if there's like bouncers at the door or something.
There is no bouncers, but as you walk in the door, you can see that it is not necessarily busy, but there's a line of people like waiting to see a single kobold sitting behind like this teller's desk with a kind of like iron bars up and around it, or not iron bars, but like plexiglass up and around it with like some reinforced iron bars that you can see like built into it. As you walk in the door, go ahead and roll me. 1 second. Actually, I don't need you to roll me anything. I need to roll to see how they do. Yeah. Literally, as you walk through the door. Riker, do you walk through the door too, or just her?
I dropped them off because Riker doesn't like the kobolds.
Oh, okay. So you drop Nyx off.
I dropped Nick's floof and Bones off, and then he's driving over to Beetle.
Oh, so real quick about Bones.
Okay.
I forgot to mention this. I gave Bones my armor.
Yes.
I gave Bones my female body Fey Satyr armor.
Yes.
He's wearing bra. Just saying.
I love that. So he's wearing your typical like your leather armor. And since it's like your female Fey armors, it has he's straight to put everything on. So he has like this. Yep, he has like full on Fey leather bra on with the leather tunic and everything, which is very like hourglass shaped. Which on Bones is literally like everything's gone, so there is no shape. So it just kind of like drapes over Bones, and they're like,
They don't. Also, it's way too big on them because they're dwarf size.
yeah, and they're dwarves, so like
Yeah.
your just tunic itself just like goes down to their knees, and they're like,
They have a fighting dress on.
yes, it's very tunic like.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
So yeah,
Just
as you
instead of-
walk inside, you see that there is the 3.5 kobolds, Kyle, Tyler, and Brad. Brad is sitting in the back. You can see him. He's just like He's sitting over a desk and he's
Friends!
friend.
Friends!
But so as you're saying that, Kyle looks over at you from like the counter and Nix! Floof! Skeleton! Is that Riker? Oh no, did he die?
No.
He got shorter too.
This is this is a new friend we made along the way. His name's Bones.
Oh, nice to meet you, Bones.
Riker, yes, Riker is doing some business with people that don't like me and Floof. So
That's understandable.
yeah. So how have you three been?
We have been doing great, to be honest with you. After you explained to us how money works and how commerce works, we have been doing great. We started a loan program. It is amazing.
A loan program.
Oh.
Oh, God,
Yeah,
no.
so listen, we use our crystals here as payment for people, all right? So people come to us and we get payment for the crystals. And then they have to pay us back with more crystals.
You're a bank.
You're a loan
No. We are not a bank. They actually hate us. No, we're actually a loan program. It is fantastic.
That is so wonderful.
With a whole
So-
10% interest rate, like we have gotten it on lock here.
Look at you three. You made all of this by yourselves. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, we had some help with like some local businesses that help like chip in and like show us like how to do some things. But overall, we've been doing pretty good. Pretty good.
Yes, that is wonderful. Have you thought about expanding it to other cities?
We actually have thoughts right now like where to expand it, but we're not sure. We're thinking Athens next, but since they're like in the middle of the whole like class revolution thing, it'd be perfect. But for some reason, Brad thinks that's a bad idea.
Didn't we start at Athens?
Yes, you start.
Yeah.
That's lame as.
Wasn't
Athens
wait,
was-
No, wait.
Gosh, I
Brad
wonder
was
how
the-
that
just the dumb
happened.
one.
Do what?
Brad was just the dumb one. Kyle was the. Was
Yeah, Kyle's the one
talkative
talking to
Tyler
you.
was the smart one.
Yeah,
Gosh.
Brad's the one that has the objections to Athens, and nobody believes him.
Gosh, I wonder how that happened. Anyways, I think maybe you could, because all of that stuff happening in Athens, I think you could hold off on Athens and expand to like maybe Anthropesnia?
Oh, that'd be a great idea. Then we get to see you guys more often. That'd be great.
Yes, you get to see us more often.
Brad, make a note. Edo President, not Athens yet.
Yes.
And Brad's like, aha!
I think that would be a great idea.
As you're sitting there, you see but as you look at Brad, you see Tyler is in the back, and he's walking this thin elvish man out back, and he's like patting him on his back, and pushes him out the door.
We did.
Tyler then walks outside behind him, shuts the door, and that's all you see for right now. But yeah, business has been fantastic here. Thank you to all of you for like showing us how to capitalize. Like capitalizing on this business has been the best thing for us. Like we have so much gold. It is not even funny. Like we are able to completely pay for our lifestyles. Like a hole in the ground, fantastic. Some extra rubies to crunch on, fantastic. I love it all. This is great.
Isn't it better than just stealing from people, earning your things honestly?
He like looks around at everything. Yeah, I'd say that's a little bit like this is at least like legal in the court system. So yeah.
Exactly. But also careful without the gold. I heard that keeping lots of gold can attract bigger dragons.
Oh yeah, it totally can. Which is also why we have hired some new security, and they are fantastic.
So they keep the dragons out?
Oh yeah, no, we have like ballistas on the top of the roof now that shoot down anything that walks by. So there have been a couple Griffin incidences on accident.
Griffins?
Yeah, they got shot down because we thought they were dragons. They didn't know what they were talking about. But yeah, they're super well dressed too, like super high quality suits and everything. They're fantastic.
Wow. I'm very proud of you all.
Yeah. But at that exact moment, you just hear like, Josh, get your break's not for 15 more minutes. Get back on the roof.
Poor Josh.
Oh, and I hope you're paying them well, yes? Since you all have been doing very well, you're also paying your workers very well.
We are paying them now.
Look what we did.
Kyle,
Yes.
you pay the people who help you.
Yes. We pay the people who help us now.
Now.
Pay them well.
I mean, well, it's completely subjective, okay? Like, for us, well is 3 platinum a day. But for them, well is 2 silver a day. So, I mean, it levels out.
I get closer to Kyle, like really, really close to him. Kyle, I helped you build this place up. I will help tear it down. Okay? The things at Athens? What do you think happened there?
Things I don't want to know about.
Yes, I was there. And look how it is now. Do you want that to happen to your business as well?
Oh.
Yes. So you're gonna treat your workers well. You're gonna come talk to them and see what they need, and you're gonna help them get that. Understood, Kyle?
Yeah, I think I can do that. I think I can do that.
Yes, that's great. Good. I'm very proud of you.
So we're raising them to 3 silver a day.
So you're raising them to at least 10 gold a day.
What the fuck do you think we're made of? Gold?
How many platinum do you have a day?
We'll have to cut our like daily intake down to like 2 platinums a day. What the hell?
Oh wow, how much it's that in gold? I think
10?
you can handle it.
So we're giving them a platinum a day.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Oh, we're about to fuck up this economy really bad. Okay.
They deserve it since they're helping you.
Oh no. Okay. I think we can handle that. I think it's Tyler! Figure this out!
Very good. I'm very proud of you. Just hear them out. Maybe they don't even need that much. Just hear what they need. You know? Make them happy to be working here. So
Listen, depending on which one you ask, some of them want to kill some stupid Kenku. Some want to kill some like spider climbing lion. I don't know.
That's odd.
It wasn't
I
a
have-
spider climbing lion, it was a spider climbing leopard. Remember? Costumes?
Oh my god, you're right. A spider climbing leopard. Okay, like sometimes people get on hard times. Okay, we try to help them out. We do what we can. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I just think that because they're helping you, you should help them back, So I don't know if you give them
Yeah, we are.
insurance. I don't know if you give them dental care. Those are important things.
You have dental and prehistoric and medieval times.
Okay, first up, I have a quick question for you.
Yes.
What is dental?
Does material plane not have dental care?
He like reaches into his mouth, pulls one of his front teeth out, and like a new one instantly slits back into place. Like,
Oh, I see. Well, some people, their chompers can't do that. So they have to take good care of it.
ah.
Yes. And sometimes that can cost a little bit extra. So some businesses
Tyler,
give-
figure out what dental is.
yeah. So I just think that you should talk to your workers and see what you can do for them because they're doing things for you. So they come here happy and they do the job better because they're happy.
Ask not what you can do for your government. Ask what your government can do for you.
Not what your government could do for you. That's what you could do for your government.
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
But yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, I think that sounds like a plan. I'm okay with
Yes.
that now. Don't kill us, please.
Oh, I won't. As long as you care for your people. I won't.
We can try.
That's all I can ask you to do. I appreciate you
Okie
trying,
dokie.
but I really hope you succeed.
Okie dokie. Yeah, we're succeeding pretty well too.
Yes. I hope your also workers will succeed.
So, yeah. I got to get back to work. I'm gonna head back to. Yeah. At
I'm
that
gonna
at the
go
point
to
behind you,
Starbucks.
you see Tyler like walk inside. You see Tyler like walking inside like with a rag, just like wiping his hands off.
Tyler.
Yeah.
That is the muscle.
What? What happened there, buddy?
Oh, all I have is I had to have a business meeting with somebody.
Okay, what happened in that meeting? Why?
Oh,
What? Were
that's
you
confidential. That's like personal loan information. That's super confidential. I can't be like giving off like
Tyler?
I can't be giving like customer information out to
Tyler?
other people.
Tyler?
Yes, Nix.
Who helped you build this place?
Kyle did.
Who helped Kyle build this place?
Money.
And who helped you guys understand money?
The mayor not taking taxes for 3 months.
Tyler? I don't want to see you abusing your power.
Listen. It's only abusing if they don't have equal power. See, the thing is, we don't have that much power here anyway. Outside of money, they have all the infrastructure. So really speaking, we're equal on different levels.
You are
Hey.
all in my hit list.
Nix.
Oh,
created
no.
This.
So, listen very well, Tyler. I want you guys to work honesty. Okay? I
And
don't
we
want you
are
guys-
honest. It's in our contract.
I read their contract.
Oh, he gives you a contract. It's a thick ass contract. Like it is this thick. It is this thick. Listen, everything is lined out. Every single thing. And everybody has to read every line of it. They have to do it in front of the lawyers, and they have to sign it in front of the lawyers. It is not held against their will.
Were you,
They signed the contract.
So why were you wiping your hands?
Because I had to clean the dirt off.
Because what?
I had to clean the dirt off.
What dirt?
Dirt from my
This
back.
seems to be a pretty clean place. What dirt was that?
Dirt from my back.
From your what?
Dirt from my back.
What were you doing out back?
Moving dirt around.
Like digging a hole?
No, not digging a hole. Covering blood up. He like wipes away a bloody nose. Yeah, it's totally just mine. Nix, you created a new mafia.
You created this, Nix.
No,
When
I was the only one who
when
did it.
Riker didn't help jack shit. If it was up to him, he
I
would have left the
have-
kobolds where they were.
Tyler, actually, bring everyone here. Bring everyone here. I want to have a talk to you all.
Kyle goes, "Hey everybody, y'all should go. We're gonna close early today. We have to have some staff meetings. So everybody kind of like filters out, and he like grabs a sending stone. Hey, everybody on the roof team, come back down. We're done for the day." So Kyle, Tyler, and Brad stand in the line, and from the stairs behind them, from the upstairs area, you see some very familiar suited bandits from behind you. You see George Strait, Miranda Lambert, and Josh Turner step down, and
I heard you say Josh, and I was like, "Is that Josh Turner?"
and the three of them are standing there like, "Oh, it's you, fucker! Oh no! I am not doing this again!
No,
Nuh-uh!"
you can
It's
just
like,
leave. You can
Even the nice lion dude is in here.
Literally, you're the nice one for them. Nuh-uh! No, we are not dealing with this right now.
You three can just leave.
We can't.
Why not?
They hold up contracts.
Tyler, tell them they can leave. I want to talk to you three in private.
Oh, if you want to talk to us in private, you just come to our office. That's fine. You three, back to the roof.
So I go to them in the office. I am very proud of you three for working and managed to get to where you are right now.
Thank you.
I'm
You taught us
not-
everything we knew.
I'm not really proud on how exactly you did it. I feel like things are getting lost in translation when I teach people things because it's been happening quite often. So,
you taught us how to do this. I mean, you told us that like we have a product, we sell the product for money,
yes,
and then we use that money to make more money. And we did exactly what you wanted us to. Like,
but I feel like in that process you've corrupted yourself. That's what I'm not okay with.
I feel like that's just an inherent aspect of having money as a society that whenever you're told that you need to get as much money as possible, then you're using yourself and using the society around you to build up the money.
So,
Kyle just backhands Brad as Brad's going off on that tirade.
so what seems to be the problem? Is it the fact that you have money? Because I can make that go away very easily.
Oh no. Brad pipes up. No, money's not necessarily the problem. It's the problem that like the background that we were given. Quiet, Brad. We are not listening to your stupid rants right now. Tyler pipes up. No, the money is not the issue. The money is not the problem at all, actually. What is your problem with our business model? Again, considering the model that you gave us, we just took the model to its logical next step.
Because you're heading people and you're not treating your workers right. That is not something I'm okay with. And I will make sure that you will follow nice rules or I'm gonna tear this place down brick by brick.
That sounds pretty anti-commerce.
You sound pretty anti-commerce.
Brad pipes up one more time. But Nix, how does it make you feel that you started all this? Like, you started all of this for us, and Floof...
I taught you to make good things for yourselves and work honestly. And not steal from people, because that's not nice.
We are honest! Everything's lined out right here. Everything has been lined out, and really, it's only stealing if they don't agree to it. But they signed the contract, they agree to it. So, our guys are in the right here. At least by Silverpoint's legal system, which we may have paid off too, but...
I'm gonna cause a riot in the city.
Please don't. We're already having problems expanding to Athens because of a riot, so let's not do that here.
Yes. And has Kyle told you what I told him?
You've been standing in front of us the whole time. I haven't had a chance to leave you to tell them anything.
Yes,
so.
yes.
By the way, guys, we're losing our platinum, 3 platinum a day. We're going down to a platinum a day, and we're paying our people something called dental.
Yes. So the thing at Athens happened because of me. And I will be more than happy to happen again in here. If you don't start treating your co-workers right and you start being corrupt, I want you to be nicer to your customers. Because happy people give you happy businesses, and that's all nice.
I think I can handle that. I think we can deal with that.
Yes.
Any objections? No objections? Okay, yeah. We're gonna go ahead and implement exactly what you said.
So, because common is my second language, what is it exactly that I said? What is it that you understood?
Treat people right.
Yes.
By a Nix standard, which is very fluid apparently.
Okay. Why is everyone doing by my standard? I'm not from here. Do it by the normal standard. Do it by the common standard, the nice people in the material plan standard. I'm not Baywild. I'm not like you all.
I just want to point out here that the standard set in this city was mob bosses, corruption, and murder.
Things are so much easier in the Feywild.
This is kind of just confusing the three of us, honestly, because remember
It's
our intelligence is an 8, so
just be nice to people. That's all I'm asking. No more hiding blood. When I say that, stop causing things to be able to just to be nice to people.
So charity then.
Charity is a good place to start, yes.
I think we can do that.
What is your charity for?
We don't know yet.
Okay. May I suggest
Kobolds Without Borders. I don't know what we'll do yet, but Kobolds Without Borders.
Okay.
I like that name. Write that down. Write that down.
So all I'm asking you is to be nice to people and not hurt them anymore, and be nice to your coworkers so they are happy to work here. Yes, can we all be clear on that?
I think we're clear.
Not on my way of being nice to people, just be nice.
Less clear. But I think we got the gist of it. We're gonna have to... Brad, go to the library, find books on nice.
Yes, find books on being nice and not being corrupt.
Get the picture
There we go.
ones.
Yes. And that's, yeah. Do I need to come checking on you all again? In case?
Probably.
Okay. I'll do that.
So probably at the end of like your next quest, that'd probably be a good time to come check in on us.
Okay. Why is everyone... Okay.
Because Nix, you give very broad and very like unclear orders. So by the time anybody gets those orders done, they're like, hey, listen, I need this guy's hand. I don't care how you do, I need this guy's hand. Okay. Holding up floppy hand. Not like that! You just said you need the hand, you didn't say you needed it living.
People don't understand Faye. I think that's just it. People don't understand Faye.
No, that's entirely it. So on that note, we're gonna jump to Riker real quick. Riker, you have been driving to the market district, right?
Yeah, well, I was in the market district, but I'm going.
Okay, yeah.
It was.
Okay, so you start looking around for beetles, kind of roving caravan of things, just strapped to his back with his large encumbering backpack. You start looking around for him. Go ahead and give me an investigation check, or not investigation, perception.
Thank God.
I'm like, I know the word's there. It's one of them.
22.
A 22. With that, you find the exact section where he was set up, but he's not there anymore. You go straight to his like little corner, and it actually has like a little sign there now. Like it has a full-on like stall instead of just like a backpack. But beetles nowhere to be found. There's not even like a sign notifying anything. I will say you're not the only person in this market. There are a lot of people walking around you at the same time. So
I'll go into this shop of the dude that tried to cheap sell, or like tried to sell all those magic items before I met Beetle.
all right, so the gnome that you had spoken to before sees you walking. Hey, how can I do for you today? And it's you're that the Leonin fella who was with that the little thing, the little the Kenku. That's who it was.
Yes, I was here with the rest of my party, with my band. I don't know what it is called. Anyway,
I think
have you
party's
seen-
the correct nom de claire here.
Have you seen Beetle around?
Beetle. That's the traveling fellow, the one that has the backpack and all.
Yeah, the traveling fellow that you hate so much and you made very.
Ah,
angry
yes,
the very first time I
that
went there.
motherfucker. I'm not gonna lie, I hate a lot of people, so it's a little difficult to remember everybody. But with that in mind, I do remember he had set up his shop here next door. I haven't seen it in a few days though.
Do you have any idea where he went?
I mean, I don't particularly keep track of my enemies, but
He couldn't have gone very far with a.
Yeah, really, he
backpack,
couldn't.
yes.
exactly, I haven't seen him in a few days though. You might want to. Well, then again, one of his friends that was nearby. It was probably in the residential district. There's this man that Beetle would always talk about that he was rather good friends with. He would say. I want to say it was Rav. I think his name is Rav. R-A-V. Yes.
Do you know exactly where Rav is, or do I just need to figure that out?
To be honest with you, I don't have much idea of where he would be. It's residential district, not necessarily not on the rich side, that's for sure. Since those kobolds moved in, it's not really anybody back on that side.
Okay. I appreciate it.
No problem. I would say there is one thing. I would say check not necessarily like the landfill, but just the scrapyard where they bring the old machines and such. From what I hear, Beetle tends to go over there to try to find parts for his projects.
Yeah. Thank you. You've been a great help.
No problem. Can I interest you in buying some of my wares? Riker
I
I have new stuff in stock.
Riker I guess we'll just indulge him and and just like give him someone to talk to for a while because it seems like every time I come in there's no one here.
You're right. There's never anybody in here. So if you could do me a favor real quick, go ahead and roll me a D20 investigation.
D20 investigation. I suck.
Yes.
That's going to be an 11. I've rolled some.
An 11. Wonderful. An 11. That would be this over here. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Gotta swipe to that right table. There we go. Oh my god. Well, what couple of things I have in place now. I have a potion of growth right here. This lets you grow a few centimeters tall. Wait. Potion of growth. What was that? That was feet or potion of growth. One second, this is one I forgot to write down.
You're good.
Also, I'm using the sheets and tables, so. Potion of growth. There we go. If you drink this potion, it gives you the effects of the enlarge and reduce spell, but specifically the enlarged side of it for 1d4 hours. No concentration required. That'd be something good to have, yeah.
Again, look at the potion. And I just said, "Oh, we already have something like that."
Oh, okay. Then we have oh shit, 100. You seem to be a bit of the adventuring type. Would you say?
Probably.
So you see a lot of, let's just call it mysterious items, right?
You could say that.
Well, there is this, and he pulls out this case, this black leather case, probably about a foot across, 3 inches wide. He puts it down on the counter. Just recently got this in from a friend of mine. Came from an adventuring party down in the east. He opens it up, and it is this this wand. It has a brass knob on the bottom end of it, but then it has two kind of like a helix twirling wood pattern as it meets to one solid point at the end of it. This is a wand of secrets. This thing has 3 charges. Whenever you hold it, you can use an action to expend one of its charges, and if a secret door or trap is within 30 feet of you, the wand pulses and points to the one nearest to you. It regains 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn. That's something for you. Help you with your adventuring party.
You sounded like the Grinch there.
I got something for you.
5 o'clock. Want to own self-pity?
Well, I'm booked.
Riker looks at it and just goes, "How much is the wand?"
Well, the wand itself is starting price. I would say is 500 GP.
Yeah, that's gonna be a no.
It's a rather rare wand. That is, it has its uses for the adventuring party. So you could use it. You could have a time for it.
Riker looks at it and just goes, "Yeah, that's gonna be a no." He looks. He's like, the two that are with me usually are pretty good at finding things, so.
Well, I mean, we could strike a deal potentially, depending on how much you would want to. I mean, it's possible.
Riker looks down at it, looks back up at him. "No, I'm good."
Go ahead and roll me a. Here's what I need you to do real quick. I need you to roll me a persuasion check on that.
Persuasion. A 10.
A 10. I could bring it down to 250 GP. I could do that. I'm gonna level with you, man. I'm gonna be really straight with you right here. I haven't gotten a single sale since that fucking Beatles come to town, and I cannot pay rent. I need at least 200 GP to pay rent this month. Okay, I could do that.
Riker looks at him and just goes,
"It's a literal wand of secrets. It points you to the nearest secret exit. I mean, that's a damn useful thing no matter what. I mean, come on now."
Riker looks at him and goes, Sweeten the pot and I'll help you pay rent.
Ah, fuck. Okay, so it's a 3. He's considering. I can throw in. He looks around the shop, which as you're looking at closer at it, it still looks like it did before, very just ran full of random stuff. But you see, it's more filled with what actively looks like just junk versus magical items now. He looks over at grabs a 6-pack off the wall. A 6-pack potion of healing. We could do that. This does a 2d4 healing.
He looks at it and goes, 225.
Eye starts twitching. 250 for rent for an old man.
225 for a swindler.
225 it is.
He shakes his hand. She shakes his hand, smirks, and drops 250 on the.
He takes the 250 and puts it beneath the counter. You have a fantastic day.
Oh, trust me, I will. And he leaves.
I love roll tables. I love roll tables so much.
So it's a wand of secrets.
Yes, a wand of secrets. You do not have to be a spellcaster to use it. You just have to expend an action for it. So, Riker, you could still use it, or you could give it to one of your allies, whichever one you'd prefer. And you also have a 6-pack of the lowest tier of healing potions, so they're just potion of healings.
Gotcha. All right, sweet. I'm Riker's off to find beetles.
All right, so where are you wanting to look at first? You could do from the locations you were told. You could do Rav in you could look around for Rav in the residential district, or you could potentially go for the scrapyard.
What's closer? Or are they on the way? Or
They're both on the way. You'd have to pass back through the original area that you dropped Nyx off first to get to both of them. They'd be in the way of both of those.
I
One
guess.
of us will pick up next. She forgot to give you money.
Yeah, why not? Riker will drive back to 3.5 kobolds and just honk the horn.
So Nyx, in the middle of your kobold shakedown, they're like, charity could sound like a potential option that we could.
Oh, that's my ride. My Uber is here. Okay, I have to go.
Uber.
Bye.
I will keep a close both eyes on you.
Okay.
You know.
We're fucked. So yeah, you're able to walk in. You walk out there and you find Riker sitting in the driver's seat, with a 6-pack of potions in the front seat with him.
Did you find your friend?
I didn't find Beetle,
Oh.
but
Did you buy these things?
I did go to the magic shop.
Oh, that one. And
The
I
one
look
where
at
we got
Floof.
the one where we got the hoverboard and talked to him. He told me where Beetle might be. Tried to swindle me again.
Oh,
So I made him make it more of an even deal.
that's good.
Yeah, his shop is going downhill fast.
Oh.
For context, real quick, a single potion of healing is about 50 GP, so you just fucked him. But since this from his initial stock, he's like, here's rent.
I mean, yeah, he did try to swindle me before. I bought 5 potions of healing, and he gave me a 6th and a wand of secrets. Basically.
Hey, do you need help finding your friend? I don't know. I seen him. I can look around and see if I can find him.
Well, he told me
I
that
can
the journey's
fly!
gonna be. That's cool, Floof. We know. Anyway, they said, there's either a person in the residential area by the name of Rav, or he's at the scrapyard trying to find thrown away items.
me see. Okay, I'm gonna stick my head out of the car and take a look around to see if I can spot him.
I thought you were about to say stick my tongue out.
No, that's floof. It's just like flipping and like hitting the side of the his tongue is so long it just hits the side of the car. But as you're driving around, Nix, you don't see Beetle at all, but you do pass by the scrapyard. You do see the scrapyard coming up along the along the horizon.
Maybe I see.
Wait, was it the scrapyard or was it the residential you're going to first?
We were just going to which one was closest.
Okay, so it would be the scrapyard then.
I don't see nothing in the scrapyard.
Yeah, so as you're driving by, you don't see anybody with your fucking insane passive perception. Go ahead and roll me an actual perception check real quick, Nix. You don't see anybody in the scrapyard with your passive yet.
Oh, that was so close. It was almost a nat 20.
Oh!
Did you get a 2?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, with that too, you're even with it being a plus 10 and everything, you're not seeing anybody in the scrapyard. You're seeing just a handful of people, some people that look like starving artists out there grabbing some random scrap metals, putting looking around. They're like, this could
Then you get a
could
bug
work.
in your eye.
My little bark heart hurts for them.
But you don't see anybody else in the scrapyard itself.
Yeah, can't see them. Just fellow birds.
I love how I love how every artist is a bard in D&D.
I mean,
You're not wrong.
might be just a normal artist when you can be a spicy artist.
I had a little bit of spice.
Had a little bit of spice.
So yeah, do y'all stop at the scrapyard or do you continue going to the residential district?
I guess we'll go to the residential district because Riker trusts Nix to spot
Wonderful.
a guy with a gigantic ass backpack.
So yeah, as you're
a scrap pile.
So as you are driving back into the residential district, you notice that there's not a lot of people on the streets at this point, at this time of the day. It's probably about mid-afternoon. But you ended up pulling into the residential district, and there's not a whole lot of differentiation between the homes. They're very apartment complex, where there's large buildings with a lot of different windows on them. Be very difficult to find individual people. So honestly, I have to ask you, how would you want to start your search for this? Because how I'm thinking is a investigation check, and that kind of speed runs your asking process.
What if?
Unless one of you has a clever idea, which I think Nix does.
Yes. Floof, can I bother your hoverboard a little bit? Please. I have snacks.
He hands it to you and says, "Lemurs!" and starts floating.
I give him some rations.
He takes the rations, starts gnawing on them immediately.
Yes, so I'm gonna go fly a little bit high up, and I'm gonna roll a perception check.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll a perception check. What are you looking for specifically?
The backpack.
Okay. So what is that perception check coming out to be?
30, because I got a nat 20.
Oh! With that 30. Turning 30. With a 30. With a 30. With a 30. God damn. You find... Oh my god. Yeah, that would do it. That would do it. With a 30 in the air, you notice on the roof of one of the first buildings inside that area, you see there's kind of a similar beetle-like shape. You can see it's not necessarily a backpack, but it's kind of like a tent lean-to covering sort of thing in the same beetle-like shape of the backpack. But that's about all you can see. And you see that's in the first building to your left.
Okay, yeah, I quickly go down, back, and I say, I found him. Left.
So yeah, you guys kind of go to that building, and you, as you open the doors to this kind of apartment complex-like thing, you see that there's no elevator. There's just stairs going up to the top. I'm presuming you all just go to the top.
Indeed.
Okay. So as you get to the top of the door, as you get to the top of the building, you open the door to the roof. You step out there into that uncovered roof area that Nick saw, this kind of lean-to esque thing. You start walking closer to it, and you can see that it's not a backpack by any means. It definitely is kind of like a lean-to tent thing, and the door and the kind of flap is shut.
I'll wait here because he doesn't like me. Oh, and here you go. I'll give you I can hear it because it's a tent, so if you find anything cool, I'll just say I want it and I'll give you the money for it.
I want it.
And I just stick my hand inside with the money.
Riker will approach and knock on the door.
All right, as you do that, you hear a 1 minute, 1 minute, but it's not from a familiar voice. It's a voice that you've not heard before. And as like this door kind of like slides open, you see this like humanoid. Looks very similar to Beetle. You can tell he's not Beetle, but he has like the same build. He's the same like slender look. Has the same like kind of a bowl cut going on with him, but he is undoubtedly not Beetle. And he goes, "Hey, what can I do for you all? You're not with building management, right? Because this I cleared this with like the building owner. We're not like we already paid our rent and okay, fantastic.
Is your name Rav?
Yeah, that would be a name that some people would know me by, depending on what you were looking for.
Anyway, we're looking for Beetle. We have the belt that he asked for from the Dwarven Ruin.
Oh, he was telling me about you all. You lived?
He looks down at himself. It's like, as far as I can tell, yeah.
Nice. Good news and bad news. Good news is you lived. Bad news is in the 3 days that it took you all to get back here, not so. Beetle's not here anymore. He's not dead, but he just disappeared one day. He just left.
He disappeared?
Yeah, like when we were there, like we were sitting here one day and he went off to like go sell like with his shop. He took his backpack and he didn't come back later that night. He like pulls out this like map of like the continent and like lays it down on the ground in front of you, and like we were talking about like where we wanted to like go next after he got the belt and everything. And he was talking like Opresnia might be the next one, or maybe even like going further down south past the Emerald Lakes, but past that he didn't really say much.
Well, do you know what store he went to before he disappeared?
That's the thing. As far as we know, he was going to his shop. Like he was going to like that little stand that he had set up, and he had just gotten the building permits and everything too. But he packed up his bag of magic items, but he also packed up a bag of rations too.
And you didn't find that interesting whatsoever?
I'm gonna be straight with you, Chief. I was high. I didn't think much about that at all. I work at night. I work at night, so
yeah, Riker does that. He doesn't really care that much. He's just like, well,
yeah. So I didn't find anything quite that weird. So yeah.
Well, I guess thank you for the information. We're gonna go see if we can find him.
And he's like, no problem. He kind of hands you Beetle's map, and like, that's about all I really got, like, from what he left, because everything else he kind of took. That was his. So maybe this helps you out a little bit. Maybe it might not. We'll find out.
Well, I appreciate it.
And Riker, as you're looking at this map, and as you start kind of like walking back away from Rav, you see that a point on the map is marked in like a red X of like, or like little like dotted line to like a red X on that section with a circle around it. It's around the Emerald Lakes that your family has its name from.
Time to go home, I guess. Eventually, Riker just kind of folds up the map and puts it in his pocket, in his pouch rather, and then walks back to Nyx and just goes, "Well, let's get going. Let's go check around Beetle's shop."
Nix and Floof kind of give you like a head nod, and they follow you on back to Beetle's shop. As you get to Beetle's shop, you see that it's a pretty bare bones thing. It's very much like the 3 kobolds in a trench coat originally were, or 3.5 kobolds originally were. It was instead of being a cardboard box, though, it's a wooden stand, almost like a fruit stand sort of thing, with a much larger table in front, so that he could lay out magic items and test them out, show them off to people. Stationed in between 2 large buildings with an alleyway leading behind it. And as you're looking at the front of it, you don't see anything like particularly out of order, though you can investigate a little bit further and percept if you want to. Sorry, hiccups decided to hit me right now.
You're good. I'll look around. Riker will
All right.
look around.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check then.
23.
A 23. Okay. With a 23, you start walking around the stand. You start looking around at the various, like, not necessarily what you would call amenities, but it's very evident that Beetle kept his workspace pretty clean. There's not a whole lot of dust on anything whatsoever, including like the floor around the shop itself. You do notice that it is a little odd, though, that for something that's so clean, that there is weird dusty dust marks underneath the desk itself. If you want, you go ahead and roll me an investigation check to test that out, or to look around a little bit further and see if you can't perceive what's going on.
Riker moves the desk.
Yeah, you move the desk, and it is just plain dirt underneath, like plain like ground. Looks like it's cobblestone that Beetle had swept like everything off of, trying to clear that spot. But moving the desk didn't do anything.
Okay. I guess an investigation check, even though I'm terrible at it. 9.
Yeah, go ahead. A 9. The 9 investigation check doesn't find anything, but it does. As you're looking around, your hand bumps into your pocket with a wand in it.
You had this all planned, didn't you?
Yeah.
Riker,
I'm not gonna lie, I thought you would have used the wand first off. I'm like, okay, but
well, you know, I mean, you still have to use a charge, you know.
True.
I just thought maybe it's just like, oh, this is a cool thing for later on, not a thing that would be vital to the plot.
I mean, it is going to be useful later on and stuff, but I mean, given how you guys are choosing to investigate things, it can be useful now too.
Riker will use it.
Yeah, Riker uses it, and as you use this wand, as you're pointing it at the desk, it almost immediately jerks to the side and points at the bottom left corner of the desk. With your high perception roll that you did, you see that there's kind of like this small peg sticking out of it, almost like how you'd have various joints in like a woodworking project held together by pegs. It looks like one of those pegs is sticking out ever so slightly.
Riker will pull it.
As you pull that peg out, you hear a click happen with this what seems to be pretty shabbily built merchant's desk, and from just to the immediate right of that peg, a drawer drops down with a handful of letters inside of it. Adorned on the outside of one of those letters is actually a name that you are quite familiar with. Skylar Emerald Lake.
God fucking. Of course it is. Of course it is.
Now I want to ask, on a level of personal boundary with Riker, would Riker read these letters, or would Riker just kind of let them go on?
Like it's addressed to Skylar Emerald Lake or from Skylar Emerald?
From Skylar.
He'd read the one addressed from Skylar.
As Riker starts reading this letter addressed from Skylar to Beetle, It starts. It's very clear that this is like a very friendly letter. Like they have known each other for a while, and it's specifically Skylar inviting Beetle to your family's estate for a kind of like a festival type thing, kind of like a meet up, get together, hang out with friends, kind of celebrate. Everybody just being around still. And you can tell from these other letters as you're kind of like shifting through them and looking around at them. It's almost like they're pen pals that have stayed together, that have stayed in touch since school. Whenever Skylar had gone off to school, you remember a handful of years ago, in a neighboring city.
Of course, Skylar has everything Riker has, but better. Of course.
So that's all that you really found from that point on. I really wanted to lore drop that one. I really did. That's kind of why I pushed that one. But yeah, here we are.
Guess we're going to Emerald Lake.
So on that note, I think that's going to be where we end tonight's session, because next session is going to be getting back to Emerald Lake and you having a family reunion.
No.
Oh, with that in
Absolutely.
mind, this is going to be great. Well, depending on how travel goes for you all anyways.
Yeah.
So that in mind, thank you all so much for watching the Chaos Brigade. Nyx had to jump out for a minute, but I don't think she's going to be back here until we're done. But with that in mind, thank you all so much for watching this. I hope you all enjoyed it. Riker, where can we find you at?
You can find me at twitch.tv/FunkMasterNacho, YouTube, it's FunkMasterNacho, TikTok, FunkMasterNacho. I'm coming back slowly on there. You can find Lou at The Witch Bard on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Ko-Fi. They always plug their Ko-Fi.
Yeah, you cannot forget Nyx, or what do you call it? Lou has a Ko-Fi, Witchbard on Ko-Fi. Check out her Ko-Fi.
All the link trees are down below for all of us.
Yes. And you can find me as Chris, Chris or Chris Fire on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And I am Twitch streaming here on Chaos Brigade every Friday night with a podcast with Sir JF Harps, myself, and some guests every now and then. And then Sunday nights here with the Chaos Brigade every Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. We will see you in the next episode of Chaos Brigade. Bye, everyone. Transition, work for
Bye-bye.
me.